Good morning, welcome to the work session for December 15th. We'll start with Veteran Services.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Tony.
As you know, we're trying to negotiate our lease, fixing the windows in the front of the building. It's taking longer than we wanted to, so we're just going to go ahead and renew the lease for a year. So I'm asking to ratify our lease. We're going from $1,400 a month to $1,565.
Okay. Any questions for Tony?
No, sir.
Thank you for keep working.
I do. Did they say why there's a 10% increase? Did they mention?
They did not. It looks like it's every year. I looked at the last lease and it looks like it's every time we renew, we end up with a.
Does that reflect in the common area as well? Was it split up? I know that common fee.
That's a percentage.
Okay, okay.
So that's done by, we pay a certain percentage.
Okay.
Because we own two spots, so.
Okay.
That should stay the same as far as the percentage, and it'll
Okay.
just be whatever it is.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The Public Defender?
Morning, Wes.
Good morning.
Tony West.
I'm asking, I have a full-time assistant that's asked to go to part-time, which happens to fit perfectly with our current needs. So I'm asking to unfreeze a part-time position that we have right now.
Okay, any questions for Wes? Thank you.
Thank you.
Procurement?
Gentlemen,
Morning, Mark.
Mark.
this is to renew an annual service agreement with Linstar for maintenance of equipment that enables access control at the courthouse. The agreement provides hardware and software support for these existing systems, the badge printer and photo ID application software used to produce access cards for the courthouse, as well as for human services and some other county facilities or departments. And also the access control system that validates entry at the side doors of the courthouse through controllers, card readers, and client server software. The renewals for the upcoming calendar year, January 1 through December 31, 2022. Agreement includes telephone support, repair parts, labor, travel, and an annual preventive maintenance visit. Total cost $3,809.37.
Any questions for Mark?
Nope.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Register and Recorder?
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning,
Morning,
Beth.
I'm here today to requesting you ratify the purchase of a four-person workstation and single desk and file cabinet in the amount of $6,090.70. And this will be paid from the Recorder's Records Improvement Funds.
This is anticipating and moving the, okay, in the diagram it shows in that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Beth. Any other questions?
No, I'd just like to thank Beth and Joe both
Yep.
working with us to make some moves and continue to make some improvements here in the courthouse. Thank you
Thank you for your support.
for all that.
Crawford County Correctional Facility?
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Jack.
This morning, I'm requesting for approval of payment for $2,994.87 to the Whitmer Public Safety Group for the purchase of ammunition for annual qualifications. This is a budgeted item.
Question.
Yes,
So when the sheriff has brought ammo requests, he said that there's a backlog of trying to get it.
There is.
You're finding the same thing? Okay.
there is, but right now, the price for 12 gauge actually dropped some.
Okay.
So I figured I'd buy it now and get
Good.
the lower price.
Okay, thanks.
Good.
Yep. Also requesting the approval for a payment of $1,300 for annual radiation safety evaluation. Evaluation completed by Summit Radiation Safety Services. This is also a budgeted item.
Okay, any questions for Jack? All right, thank you, Jack.
All right, thanks.
Jack.
The Crawford County Solid Waste Authority? Morning, Brenda.
Morning, Brenda.
I have some goodies for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Keith, you get a box. So the Solid Waste Authority has been working on the Crawford County 10-year municipal solid waste management plan. And one of the requirements within the plan is to make sure that there's enough landfill space for the anticipated waste that will be generated within the county for the next 10 years. So disposal capacity agreements, the proposals went out for them and they were received. We're hoping to have them signed today. However, there are deficiencies in the applications, so our consultant has said we don't want to do that. So there is a work table included in your packet here, and then what's highlighted in yellow, it shows you where the deficiency exists. So they are all qualified to be in the municipal solid waste plan, but we won't be signing their disposal capacity agreements. In the box for Keith is a copy of each of those 5 proposals, and the signature pages are highlighted. Those are the copies, not the originals. So if you want to take a look at them before it's time, we probably should see you in January. We hope to have that completed. So I don't have an action for you on that, but
Okay.
any questions on the disposal capacity agreements? Okay. So in the coming year, the authority will be coming to you with a list of folks for the Solid Waste Advisory Committee members. We won't be doing that today, but we'll bring them to you and have them ready. So probably disposal capacity agreements and SWAC members at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, we have, we need an appointment to our board. Gloria Shields has been with us since 2002. Her term ends this year, so we're asking that we renew her position from January 1 of 22 to the end of December of 26.
So you remember my typical speech at this time?
Yep, so advertise, no takers, and right after that is a vacancy on the board that's been here for a year.
Okay,
So,
that's all I can ask.
okay.
Yep, thank you.
So that's the stuff. I guess the vacancy on the board, so the board is a little frustrated. With only 5 members, it's easy to not get a quorum. We've been very fortunate that we've made it, but they would really like to have someone there. So they are asking again that you put me on the board. It's very difficult, especially now with COVID, where people just don't want to, they don't want to go. Oh, all right.
I mean, we've talked about
We
this
had-
before. I just can't do that. I mean, in your capacity as executive director, I just can't also then have you as a member of the board. I just think it's a conflict, and I appreciate the fact that it's difficult to get members, and again, we can make pleas all day long to ask people to, sign up to be part of that board, and I will continue to ask around, but I just, it's not a reflection on you, obviously. I think you're doing great as the executive director. I just can't have you fill both capacities.
I'm in agreement with you, as we discussed a year ago.
Yeah.
Our solicitor did look into it. It's an okay thing to do, but I'm not comfortable
Yeah.
either. I'm with you. So, all right, that's it for me.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Brenda? Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Hey,
Brenda.
Merry Christmas with your box there. No.
Hey, Keith, you're lucky, huh? Lots
He
of
got the big
contracts.
Christmas gift.
That's wonderful. Treasurer's office, today we for Kelsey.
Good morning,
Morning,
Commissioners.
Morning, Kelsey.
This morning, I'm here to ask for approval of payment to First National Insurance Agency for the tax collector bond renewal for the 2022 to 2026 term to cover the tax collection for the county portion of the city of Titusville. And the cost for that is $1,465.
Okay, any questions?
Yes, sir.
Sheriff, I believe Gina's gonna handle that.
Yes. Sheriff is requesting to ratify the replacement of an exhaust manifold and converter on a 2015 Cruiser in the total amount of $1,104.17 due to the exhaust leak and check engine light being on.
Okay, thank you.
Can't get a sticker to put over the light?
Electrical tape.
All right.
Public safety, Greg?
Seen that done before.
He was in charge of city maintenance for a
Yeah,
while.
thanks. Thanks very much.
Requesting to approve the PEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Program Planning Application in the amount of $105,000. You had approved the pre-application a couple meetings ago. That funds will be used to help develop the next 5-year hazard mitigation plan.
Greg, is that the program that needed an electronic signature? Or that's different what it was
That was
last?
probably a different one.
Because did you get yours still?
I
and
can't
where-
Yeah, this one, this application actually was I sent you a large document, you probably got PDF, but now they want it to go online. So
Okay,
There'll probably be some electronic signatures for this
Okay.
one as
All
well.
I
right.
know I signed one.
yeah, we were
Yeah,
just having a
and
hard
I
time
can't-
getting into
I
that
can't
one.
get
so-
in it.
Okay.
And that's one had to be done by January or
January or
something.
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
all right, we'll work on it. All right, thank you.
Okay. And then we're requesting the approval to purchase 20 MSA calibration cylinders, 4-cylinder holders, and 4 chargers to be distributed to county-based fire departments from the Hazardous Materials Response Fund grant, $17,592. That was awarded earlier with a pre-approval by yourselves as well.
Okay. Any questions for Greg?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Greg.
The courts?
Morning, Heidi.
Morning, Heidi.
This morning, we're seeking to ratify the purchase of a wireless handheld microphone transmitter from Horizon Information Services for a cost of $787.
Okay.
Second, we're seeking approval to purchase a Dell Latitude laptop. It's a Dell Latitude 3520. The cost of that is $1,256.44.
Where is it specifically going to, Heidi?
Judge Stevens.
Thank you. Okay.
And if it's possible, could we sign that and ratify next week?
Sure.
Just to get it
Yeah.
moving through
Yep.
the pipeline?
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Crawford County Planning?
Morning, Commissioner.
Morning, Zach.
Morning, Zach.
First item this morning, we're requesting approval to pay an invoice for our Adobe Inc. Renewal of the Adobe Creative Cloud license in our office. This is one of the two licenses we have. The amount is $599.88. This is for January, but I want to get it taken care of now so we don't miss it.
Okay.
Next, we're asking for approval to pay an invoice from the Meadville Tribune in the amount of $476.25. This is advertising for Crawford County's portion of the ARC Power Grant Program.
Okay.
Requesting approval also, we had an invoice from CATA in the amount of $170.10. This is for their November travel expenses regarding the Rural Workforce Program. That's paid for out of the CDBG program.
Okay.
And then the last item is we're requesting approval of a resolution recognizing Dick Aster for his time and service on the Crawford County Planning Commission. Dick will be finishing up his term at the end of this month, and it is not going to be taking another term next year. So we just want to recognize his time and service.
And how many years was that for Mr. Aster?
Dick has been on since the early 2010, 2011 time frame.
The Board of Commissioners certainly thank Dick for his
Yeah,
service.
absolutely.
Appreciate it. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
IT?
Morning, Commissioner.
Morning,
Good
Tim.
morning.
IT is here to request approval of the purchase of the Oracle Database Standard Edition Annual Support and Licensing for APO from DLT for $2,324.90.
Okay.
Also requesting approval for the purchase of a 2-year standard SAN SSL certificate from GoDaddy for $699.98.
Okay.
Third, request approval for the purchase of the annual service maintenance for Liebert UPS in the courthouse by National Power for $2,274.
Okay.
Fourth, requesting approval for the purchase of hardware storage support from Park Place for our storage area network for annual support of $13,631.16.
Okay.
And finally, requesting approval for the purchase of the network hardware for the assessment registration recorder office moves from DES for $10,971.
Okay. Any questions for Tim?
Nope.
All right. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
The Crawford County Care Center.
Good morning.
Morning, Tanya.
Morning, Tanya.
I'd like to request to approve the contract with Vantage Home Medical Equipment and Services Pulmonary Program.
Okay.
Request to approve the contract with CarePort Health. That's our electronic referral management system.
Okay.
And request to approve the marketing contract with Star Marketing.
Yeah, and I'd like to talk about that. We actually, Tanya and I spoke about this. The actual marketing plan is more about recruitment and retention of employees. We're really focusing on that more than obviously
Anything
bed
else.
census. It's really the
Yeah.
goal. So you'll see, if you see them, anything marketing, it'll be to recruit nurses, aides, for at least the first quarter or 6 months, right?
Right, and it's more the higher end marketing, like social media, the
Yeah.
website, the
Yeah.
electronic marketing,
Yeah.
that really takes technical skill to know how to do.
It catches the younger people too.
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you.
Those young kids.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little hurt- that's a little hurtful.
Yeah, but true.
Request to approve the purchase of 4 10-liter oxygen concentrators from Direct Supply, the total of $5,367.96 to be paid with COVID funding.
Okay.
And request to approve the purchase of 1 12-lead ECG machine and stand from Medline for a total of $3,077 to be paid with COVID funding.
And we'll, just to discuss this, one of the things that we spoke of too, was to minimize transfer of people in and out, and so speaking with the doctor and the staff, they're gonna try and do some 12 leads and be able to interpret that stuff there,
Rather than
move our
having to
patients
send folks out
into
to
the
the
hospital. So
emergency
this is
department.
a mitigation effort to help the hospital if we can. So I thought it was a great idea that she had, and hopefully it keeps that number down a little bit. So
Right.
thank you, Tanya.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Crawford County Maintenance.
Morning,
Morning,
Mark.
Mark.
Asking to pay a $600 invoice to the Wilkins Company for a yearly fire alarm inspection at the old Quality Living Center.
Okay.
Asking to ratify the payment of an invoice for the courthouse remodeling project, the existing Commissioners Conference Room to Home Depot for $25.57.
Okay.
Requesting to approve a payment of an invoice for the courthouse remodeling project, the new front ADA ramp for design services to Stifler McGraw and Associates for $1,843.
Okay.
Requesting to approve payment of an invoice from the courthouse remodeling project, the new ventilation and air conditioning system to Tower Engineering for $33,600.
Okay.
Asking to ratify the payment of invoices from the courthouse window replacement project to Eads Architects for $10,677.26.
Okay.
In the liquid fuels department, we're gonna rehab 2 bridges in 2022. So I'm asking to approve a contract with Eads Group. They're gonna do the engineering services to rehab County Bridge number 8. It's on Creek Road up in Cussawauga Township. The contract is not to exceed $67,000. It'll be paid for with liquid fuels money, and Keith has reviewed the contract.
Okay.
The other bridge we want to rehab is County Bridge number 26. It's on Glendon Road up in Sparta Township. That contract's not to exceed $59,000, and that'll also be paid for with liquid fuels money.
Okay. Any questions for Mark? All right. I know there's a lot of projects going on, so
Yeah.
glad you keep bouncing the ball. Thank you.
Their stuff.
Thanks, Mark.
Human Services. I guess this is right. She's only got 5 things on here. So.
I know, but I'm still last.
We always save the best for last.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Trying to drag out that work as long as we can.
Seeking ratification for payment to the Center for Family Services for the delivery of ERAP rental, utility, and housing stability case management, $76,514.69. Ratification to payment to the Center for Family Services also for ERAP rental, utility, and housing stability in the amount of $261,630.37. And we're coming down to the end of ERAP 1.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you, I got an email about an audit, and I think, Stephanie, you were on there, so we're going to have to participate in, I guess, in conjunction, right, to make sure that everything's,
Yeah.
is
So
that going to be a little painful for you, because you made it, like, each individual check we're going to have to review, or what's the
We
process?
have a backup for the majority of them.
Okay.
There were the 2 advances that we'd given
Okay.
that we need the backup
Okay,
for.
okay.
And I don't believe we've gotten the backup for the advances.
So if we can get that, then the audit will be not as painful.
Correct.
Okay, good.
I'll get with Jason on that.
Thank you.
Number 3 is purchase requisition to Dell for a laptop for the Systems of Care program. The amount is $1,320.78, and it's all paid with Systems of Care grant funds.
Okay,
Another Dell purchased, this is a Surface computer for CYS caseworker in the amount of $2,580.26, with a cost to the county of $563.99.
okay.
And the last item is a Surface computer for ID, and the cost to the county is $137.76.
Okay, any questions for Gail? Thank you, Gail.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gail.
Finance.
Good morning.
Morning, Stephanie.
For your approval, I have invoices totaling $190,216. The first is to the Crawford County Coalition on Housing Needs. It's the shelter sewer line replacement assistance that we had discussed with them. The amount is for $18,000, and it's coming from the Affordable Housing account. The second is for the Solid Waste Authority. It's their 2021 budgeted allocation. The amount is $85,000, and it comes from our sanitation administration contributions line. The third is to Svets Energy Services. It's for the first quarter of 2022. The invoice number is 124521 in the amount of $1,714. It comes from Building and Grounds Professional Services. The fourth and fifth are both to Community Health Services, one for the 10/2021 trip reimbursement, the other for the 11/2021 trip reimbursement, with the invoice numbers of 145 and 146 respectively, and in the amounts of $37,879 and $45,143 respectively. And they will each come from the Human Services Block Grant Transportation line item. And the final two are both to Lloyd's Crane and Equipment. It is for crane rental for the rooftop units for the Crawford County Correctional Facility. And they are invoice numbers 3349 in the amount of $1,830 and invoice 3427 in the amount of $650, both coming from ARPA.
Okay.
And then for ratification, I have invoices totaling $989,162.26. The first to PCOMP, it's our 2022 PCOMP contribution. Invoice number is 051764 in the amount of $312,315,000. It comes from various county departments. It is our workers' compensation insurance for the year 2022. The second is to Brian Noah. It's the November 2021 County Project Manager invoice for the work he's doing on the various projects we're undergoing now. Invoice number is 1 in the amount of $3,276. It comes from both Buildings and Grounds and ARPA. And the final one is for PCHIP. It's our December 2021 health insurance premium. Invoice number 76055-0 in the amount of $673,571.26. That comes from insurance premiums.
You're gonna defer C, right?
I am deferring C. We were supposed to talk about the budget on today's.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about a balanced budget.
I like that.
Okay. We now have a balanced budget. General fund, expense and revenues totaling $33,808,371. That's down $700,000 from what it was when I presented the last time,
Excellent.
$750,000 nearly. And then some of the other small funds have changes made for a bottom line total of $72,270,942. So that's down a couple $100,000 from what we presented when we did the initial presentation.
Good.
Great. Thank you.
Next we go to the commissioners, and actually I'll have, Francis, if you want to handle A, talk about Brian, why we're having him signing on, what he's helping us with, so.
Yeah, Brian Noah is overseeing the various projects, working with contractors, architects, and so forth. Of course, no contractors yet, because we've only got the one back for the windows, but he'll help coordinate the projects going on here at the courthouse. We know the windows, they have been ordered, and they expect to come in April and work for that. And Brian's just making sure that everything's done according to the contracts, make sure the contractors are doing what they need and coordinating the work and as it progresses over the next year or two. So it's very similar to what Brian did for us before when he worked for the county on various projects. So we felt the need to have him here to do that. It's far more than what our maintenance department can handle with everything else they're doing, although they will be working with Brian on this. So it's great to have Brian back, his expertise, and I'm sure he'll do a great job. And as always, he does look out for the best for the county and make sure we're protected and getting what we're paying for.
I would say even in the first couple of meetings, he's pointed things out that we would never even think about, so.
Very true.
Certainly worth it for us to have Brian there. Thank you. I'll take B and then Gina can have C and D, but B is just an approval to send a letter to the State Insurance Commissioner in support of the Northwest National Tool Manufacturers Association, in support of the other small businesses as well who have faced large healthcare increases. This year, they've faced a 39% increase. Over the last 4 years, it's been a 100% increase. And by our next meeting, we'll actually have the letter and sign it and send it on to the State Insurance Commissioner. But this is certainly challenging for the healthcare industries. We understand what COVID has done to them. However, it does handcuff our small businesses and our tool and manufacturer associations when it comes to recruiting employees and trying to offer benefits. So I think it's very important that we support them. They will also be sending a letter on behalf of all of their members in conjunction with ours. So, okay, Gina.
From Frank Taylor Engineering for sewage discharge and water quality permits for a residential project in West Shenango Township. And an Act 14 notification from Pin Oak Energy for PA 105 permit submitted by Byler Pipeline Project for actually 2 parcels located in East Fallowfield Township.
Okay, thank you. Just for information, the upcoming events we have a full session on December 22nd. The courthouse will be closed the 23rd, the 24th, the 27th, and the 31st. Any public comment? Tony, you want more comment? No. Commissioner comments. Commissioner Saw.
Nothing for me today, thank you.
Commissioner Weiderspan.
I will pass as well, sir.
Wow. Very good.
It's all up to you.
That sounds good to me. I'll do that. So, all right, we'll see you next week. Thank you.